So, from being one of the greatest crime-fighting duos on television to the undeniable romantic tension between the two agents, this is why Law & Order SVU is nothing without Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler. Okay, let me get something out of my system real quick. Team Bensler forever. Admit it, every time you watch those two bust some bad guys, you were totally shipping them. I know I was. The chemistry between the two went way beyond just picking up on cues and solving crime. Everyone sensed the considerable amount of sexual and romantic tension between the two. The fans really wanted them to get together, and the writers picked up on it because in the later seasons, this could have been romance between the two agents became a real thing. Well, almost. The hints started coming much earlier. You see, in Season 3, Stabler spills the beans about his feelings for a special someone, though he never mentions her name. It's pretty clear he's talking about Benson because Elliot gets all evasive when the topic comes up, but his friend reminds him that love is meant to be simple, not complicated. It took many years for things to actually heat up. Season 24, to be precise, under the influence of some boxed wine and a bit of love in the air. After Carisi and Rollins tied the knot, Benson spilled some major tea. You see, Olivia knew she could have a romantic future with Stabler, but had a tough time trusting him. The character also spoke about how awful she felt about Elliot's wife, Kathy, and her death, which makes it even harder for her to act on her feelings. So there's some guilt holding her back as well. Unlike the characters, though, the chemistry between actors, Mariska Hargitay and Christopher Maloney, is white hot. For one, it's the physicality of the whole thing, and you got to admit the two look so good together. Plus, we can't forget about that sizzling sexual tension between them that has kept us on the edge of our seats. Well, turns out it wasn't just fantastic acting by the pair. Melanie revealed that their off-screen camaraderie played a huge role in their on-screen chemistry. In a 2016 appearance on Inside the Actors Studio, he said that when you're spending 16 hours a day with someone, it's crucial to get along both on and off the set. And boy, did they get along. Maloney and Hargitay had a blast together, constantly cracking jokes and teasing each other. And how they had this unspoken understanding of each other's acting choices. Now, here's the burning question. Why didn't Benson and Stabler ever hook up on the show? Well, Maloney had the perfect answer. He believes the producers deliberately kept romantic storylines between the detectives off the table because they wanted to maintain that taut and clear line of tension without ever crossing it. Besides, the relationship spillover might affect the cases they worked on together and kill their incredible dynamic. But by the 12th episode of the 24th season, fans really thought that Bensler would become a real thing. Oh boy, the internet was on fire when the promo for that episode dropped. It was a total tease. The promo showed Olivia and Elliot in this intimate embrace that had fans going wild. They were leaning in so close it looked like they were about to lock lips. Even the show's writers and official social media accounts couldn't resist teasing it, fueling the flames of a long-simmering desire between these two characters. After 24 long seasons of waiting, it didn't happen. That scene from the promo didn't even make it into the final episode. Talk about a major letdown. Fans were left feeling baited and disappointed, and who can blame them? We've all been craving that moment when Benson and Stabler finally get together. It's the reason why everyone gets so excited every time they share a scene, analyzing every word, touch, and glance between them. Like, I can see it coming, but the writers just keep teasing, and frankly, it's getting a little old. Now, nobody's saying they need to jump into bed right away, but wouldn't it be great if they could just have a genuine adult conversation about their feelings? Is that too much to ask? SVU needs to make a decision, and they need to do it soon. Fans are reaching a breaking point, and if the show doesn't give them some resolution, they may lose hope and even stop watching the show altogether. I mean, they're so invested in the relationship, and they deserve some closure. Romance aside, these two really are the best thing about the show. Bensler has given us the most memorable moments of SVU. In Season 7, when Benson gets her neck slashed, Stabler goes running to check on her instead of going after the bad guy, and a little boy ends up getting killed in the crossfire because he made that choice. Afterward, Elliot starts blaming Olivia for his decision, saying things like he can't be worrying about her safety all the time, to which Benson admits that she would have done the same for him. Surprisingly, though, Stabler ends up asking for another partner because he doesn't want to ruin what they have. But the separation only lasts for 2 episodes, as the two pair up once again. But it did get them questioning their partnership and what it means for those around them. In Season 8, Episode 16, the issue comes up as they both undergo evaluation by a workplace psychologist. It seems that their strong emotional bond and reliance on each other actually compromises their effectiveness as police officers. But even the psychiatrist acknowledges that separating Benson and Stabler would mean losing 2 of the best detectives in NYC. Now that's a serious endorsement. Their bond goes beyond just being partners on the job, they rely on each other on an emotional level. In Season 12, Episode 19, they go undercover as a married couple to investigate a swingers club, which gave fans a little something of what they wanted. The pair was all dressed up, holding hands and looking so gorgeous together, and really quite uncomfortable with the idea of being separated from each other. Now, as good as they might be together, their future as a couple seems a bit bleak. It's better to make a decision now than stringing the viewers along for more years. Despite all that, though, nothing can take away from the fact that this duo is one of the GOATs. Collider listed them as one of the best crime-fighting pairs of the 21st century. I mean, technically the show started in 1999, but it still counts. With 24 seasons and counting, SVU has set the standard for procedural shows, and a big part of that is thanks to Benson and Stabler. Fans have always been thrilled by the simmering romantic tension between them. I mean, talk about the slowest of slow burns. But what kept audiences hooked was their incredible professional relationship. These two were driven by their determination to bring justice to the most horrifying crimes in New York City. They were a powerhouse team, supporting and relying on each other through every case. Sure, SVU managed to keep going strong after Elliot's departure in Season 12, but his presence was still felt throughout the series. And boy, did he make a triumphant return in Season 22. That reunion just proved that the Benson-Stabler partnership can pick up right where it left off because there's something special about the bond these two detectives share. The pair has weathered storms together, and their dynamic continues to captivate fans. Whether it's the romantic tension or their unwavering dedication to their jobs, Olivia and Elliot have left an indelible mark on the TV landscape. So there you have it, folks. From being one of the best crime-busting partners of all time to the romantic tension between them so thick you could cut it with a knife. This is exactly why Law & Order, SVU, is nothing without Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler.